off spot.
Well, see what happens here. UP again trying to keep that dream alive. Snake trying to separate themselves from the middle of the pack and jump up to a clear third, I believe. If they win this game, they'll be clear a couple points.
They're already technically in Snake are your new third place team because they've already at least achieved 1 point for this because they're sitting in a 4-way tie with OMG, LGD, and Vici for 25 points.
But like we said, keeping clear by more than 1 point is going to be a nice thing here as we move into the top 4. But our bans are done on one side. Twisted Fate, Shen, and Ezreal, the 3 bans there for Snake. So keeping it pretty standard. Nice TF ban against Punish once more. And Rise, Kalista, and Janna. Going to be the last one there for Unlimited Potential.
I like the Janna ban against Ella. We've seen this multiple times, not just UP, and multiple times against Snake, so it is definitely a big power pick for Ella.
What?
The denial of Braum.
Yeah, but Echo's up. Victor's up.
Yep.
Okay. Prioritizing Braum against all these other supports. Kind of interesting to see the support ban trigger a support pick. The top 2 supports, if you want to think about them that way, at least the most popular, has certainly been Braum and Janna recently.
I actually find that really curious that they didn't just immediately grab Victor.
Snake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Azir's up as well, by the way.
You is an incredible Victor player.
Yeah, I don't know. We shall see what happens here in the draft. But Braum is the curveball there for Snake's first pick. Unlimited Potential, considering their options. We've talked about plenty of the common power picks, but Unlimited Potential may have something different planned here in this game. 10 seconds left for UP to decide where they want to go. They lock in Lee Sin, they lock in Morgana, and I have no idea what's going on.
Amy is a great Kha'Zix player, and he's a great Lee Sin player. Again, Amy was really punished as he came into the LPL because Cinderhulk meta came out and was all about the tank meta. The tank junglers, which really punished him. We saw him last game, how aggressive he likes to be. So this should be Amy's game to shine.
And there's you locking in, not Kha'Zix, Azir. Takes that away from himself there. Maokai for Flandre as well.
We're having problems.
Solo lane is done for Snake.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Unless, you know, ZZR's going real deep.
Nope, don't think he's going that deep.
I hope not.
Maokai, that's totally fine to pick blind, especially because Shin was banned out. Again, you have a lot of zone space control. Tells me that Martin's probably going Jinx, Kog'Maw, or Vayne.
Yep.
That's what I would infer from this.
It's what we've seen in a lot of different situations for the player. UP, though, they're constructing some shenanigans here. Let me tell you. I'll give them 20 seconds, because plenty of time to change these up. But even just the first 2 picks, Morgana Lee Sin is a very different look for Unlimited Potential.
It all just looks like comfort picks.
That's true.
It is pretty much across the board comfort picks.
Well, there's Fizz for Punished all long, or Amy, depending on how creative they want to get. But Sketch going to deny Jinx away from Martin, certainly a champion he's had success on as well.
Sketch does not look pleased.
He does not.
See
where
where
displeased.
Martin goes. We saw his Tristana performance recently, and it was questionable. I'm going to call it a serviceable Tristana performance. He has a tendency to pull a Vasily.
Yep.
Where he rocket jumps into the most inappropriate moments, and it is not nearly as successful as Vasily made it look.
No. I mean, that is sort of the Trist character, if you will. Like, very reset-oriented AD carry. That was sort of what the shifting of her kit brought to her as a champion. But Tristana's seen lots of play, not necessarily convinced by her success just yet. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I see a lot of Triss, and I don't know how many times I've seen it win.
I can tell you that from last week, Janna and Vayne had gone 17-4 collectively over the course of the LPL.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But Snake gonna get away from all that here. Janna, of course, banned. No Vayne this time. Instead, it is Tristana Rek'Sai for Snake. No Echo either.
Really surprised. But no surprise, actually, to see the Rek'Sai picked up as the counter pick to Lee Sin. We already saw too much success how MLXG pulled that off against Swift. Obviously, with the Unburrow timed well, if you guys didn't get a chance to check out that game, you can cause a lot of disruption and a lot of problems for Lee Sin trying to land his combo.
And what's the biggest issue there for Lee Sin, apart from the obvious, like, hey, I've been stopped moving?
That he gets his combo interrupted. Yeah.
Can't do execute damage.
Yeah.
It's real sad.
It's really unfortunate.
Well, UP, considering their last pick, of course, need a top or mid laner.
How are they going to keep this Jinx alive? That's how they're going to do it.
Yep. So you're like, not sure about the Varus. But certainly Lulu would be
I was looking at that. I was like,
more appropriate.
They've got a lot of carries, but...
Looks like Long has a smite as well, so have to think he's the one that's going to be getting the fizz. Just fine there into the Maokai, but Lulu is going to be the last pickup here, and that will be punished there in the mid lane. So as the players swap their champions over. There we go.
There we go. Okay, so protect the AD carry compositions coming out pretty much of everyone. Amy, you know, he could do the exact same thing with Gragas, probably a little bit better in terms of a front tank line, but Lee Sin will also bring disengage, and it's also a big comfort pick for Amy in particular. So just, if you're looking at that like, Lee Sin, what? That's not a protect the AD carry. It's a Gragas. It's a pseudo Gragas.
Sure. Not as good, but just fine here. And like you said, comfort's probably more important for Amy, given how he looked after game number 1. Punish on the Lulu means he can't really do that much carrying. Lulu does fine damage. Fizz as well. Going to be a serviceable secondary carry, although we'll see what Long's build is.
And the nice thing about Fizz is, again, he's a self-sufficient carry, so all of the resources can be expended to keeping Scatch safe. You don't need to put the wild growth, I mean, unless you find an incredible opportunity on that Fizz. Fizz can take care of himself with Playful Trickster.
Yep, and Scatch is going to be the big man on campus for this game here. All of those resources funneled in. Scatch going to have to go real massive on the Jinxes. So UP, kind of back to basics for them. Late game team fighting with a big AD carry.
Yeah, pretty much. And I also wanted to touch upon what you were saying earlier in the draft phase in terms of Tristana and kind of how reset snowball-oriented she is in a team fight. If we think back to, you know, Martin's big signature champion, that Jinx being denied by Scatch this time around, very similar in how they look at a team fight and how they want to go about it, you know, getting the rocket jump resets, getting the get excited resets.
Yep, and you can see the matchups now. You on Azir could be another scary thing, a nice late game carry there as well. But Martin on that Tristana versus the Jinx, of course, with that taken away. And Ella stealing Braum, actually, I believe, away from Heart. And with Janna banned, he'll take Morgana instead.
Trying to deny a little bit of the CC as well as the magic damage on the concussive blows with Black Shield.
So I like the picks there. Scatch clearly needs to have a big game here as far as Jinx goes, because there is a lot resting on his shoulders, but you can go off once more on the Azir, so plenty of carry potential.
It is do or die for unlimited potential right now. They cannot afford to lose this game again. They're sitting right now at 18 points. No, not 18. 16.
16.
I can do math, really. They're sitting on 16 points. They've got 6 points up for grabs. The magic number is 22, and that is if Masters 3 don't win a single game out of their 3 sets left.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. UP, can they keep it alive, or is Snake going to take the 2-0? Let's jump into the game. And we're under the rift for our second game between Snake and Unlimited Potential. Flandre has found Long at level 1. Things getting crazy already as Flandre eats big amounts of Sea Stone Trident damage.
That moment when you face check a bush when you have saplings available.
Look. Flandre getting a recall now. He's like, didn't really like what happened there. Knows that Long's up towards the top lane. So if there is a swap in the works here for Snake, they can have a bit more info. But by the looks of things, Snake pretty firmly positioned into standard lanes.
Snake don't really care one way or the other if they get the 2v2 or the 2v1. Likewise, UP, not so much either. Both these AD carries have great hyperscaling potential, so they like a free farm lane. Likewise, they can push the towers really hard.
What about top lane then?
That is a best, not the best, but a good matchup for Fizz. That said, you're facing Flandre.
You actually... They get aggressive early on. Lulu gonna eat some auto attacks there. We saw, like you said, use Azir recently in particular, and Azir in general on this patch has been phenomenal as far as mid picks go. Although Amy is lining something up here.
Looking for some shenanigans early level.
Wrapping around the tower. 3v2 here. Amy's level 2. He needs to get in there quickly. Martin's going to get tagged. Exhausted down as well. Amy's Q will land. Blocked there from Ella. Heal is good, and he'll just stay alive.
Beautiful job from Ella right there to make sure that the damage from Lee Sin can't come through. That was awesome.
It was. They do have to go back, but they'll save their lives. So Snake going to be okay there for now. Will fall a bit behind, but We talked about Amy's comfort picks here on the Lee Sin. Can see why.
Trying something up, mixing it up, going more of a king route by trying to play with the level 1. Doesn't necessarily pay off as well as it could have, but Martin with 2 summoners down. We'll see if maybe Amy wraps around for round 2.
Yeah, now Yu's getting roamed on. He doesn't have his E, so he can't really get out of here. He has his flash, has to dodge the binding. The heart makes it go a little too far. Is Amy going to go in? Yu is quite squishy, but he does not follow.
Yeah. Really unfortunate that Hart couldn't connect with the CC. You doing a good job kind of playing with the space in between the tower and that wall to dodge the skill shot.
Importantly, has his summoners as well, so could have cleansed out of the CC, but would have blown everything to live there. Ella gonna eat a binding now. Because we've had a very active bottom half of the map for unlimited potential.
Yeah, Amy's been going everywhere, laying down some deep vision as well, so see if he, again, continues to gank this Tristana, at least for the duration that her flash is down, or if he's going to go back to power farm. Because unfortunately, what he sacrificed was his experience in CS.
See his blue buff still up here. Yu, though, after that gank, is going to get bullied out of that lane. So ZZR might have to cover for him, but Snake not too phased. About being pushed out of lane early. Good dodge from Hart there on the Q. But we kind of settled back into normalcy for a little while at least.
ZZR still has red buff.
He might have.
I believe so.
There is no red buff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to... So Detective Frost current. I think we can infer that there is no red buff. And that's bad news for Amy.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's high risk, high reward gameplay. You look for the early ganks, you try something cute, you know, taking the Krug so you get the early level 2, walking up behind Snake when they push the wave forward. If you don't find the first blood, however, you sacrifice your positioning on the map, which means that ZZR can easily walk in and 3-buff you.
And this is... I feel like that's a big component of what we used to see in this particular matchup is Rek'Sai certainly, like the initiative is with Lee Sin. The
power farm versus the power gank.
Yeah. And all Rek'Sai wants to do is keep tabs of that gank. And if Amy falls behind, Rek'Sai's like, great. Have fun trying to catch up to me.
And again, it just kind of speaks to that individual matchup itself. The fact that Rek'Sai already has the advantage in her unburrow mechanics against Lee Sin's Q, but her power farming, she farms much quicker, much healthier than Lee Sin. Doesn't necessarily have the raw burst damage available, but still decent, as well as tankiness. And more creative gank pathing.
Wondered why Ella was getting aggressive. Found the reason there. ZZR was in the bottom lane. Ready to jaws it up. Yu, though, keeping at distance here for punish. This matchup's interesting to me. What can you tell me about this one for us, Gurren?
Azir versus Lulu?
Yeah.
So the thing about Azir is anything that can outrange Azir is already going to be incredibly rare. So it's about how Punish will place his help picks shield, as you see him pick up the CS there, and then use the Glitter Lance on top of the E from a distance. So he can stay outside of the soldier range while still landing those Glitter Lances for damage, as he did right there.
Yep. Thank you, Punish, for the demonstration. As you doing okay here in the matchup, about 5 CS behind, but nothing too major there. Flandre has gone back early. Got those parts of the catalyst. He's going to build that first. Let's see where he goes with the build. Amy found Ella and ZZR. Brom's done here up. Amy's going to get stunned away here. Black Shield's there. Punish here as well. Yu in the area.
That's a disgusting combo. So Lee Sin goes in, he gets immediately unburrowed on, so again, can't connect with the Q, and while he's in the displacement duration of the air, Braum is going to connect with the Q, hit him with an auto attack, he lands, it's then another auto attack from ZZR, and then Braum immediately CC chained into concussive blows. He was pretty much immobile for 3 seconds.
Ooh, Punish level 6, gonna get aggro here. Needs to dodge the help picks, can't do it, Punished. Does have Ignite. Cleanse, of course, for you means he can stop that. Things are getting tenuous here in the mid lane.
And it's just the difference of fighting around your cooldowns. Unfortunately, Punished in this matchup, yeah, he has the range and the reach that he can poke and whittle down at Azir, but he has to wait for 2 cooldowns. He has to wait for the E and then the Q, whereas Azir's just going to throw his sand soldiers at him.
See Martin and Ella defending their Krug. Will get it, but gank comes from the side there from ZZR. And Punished holds his ulti, but blows his flash as Yu's going to go back now. Oh no, can actually collect the farm instead. Whereas Punish is forced away.
Oh, he probably didn't have the mana. That's what it was. I was going to say, he should have just blown Wild Growth there, because obviously it's a shorter cooldown than the Flash, but he didn't have the mana to do so.
Could not. Going to lose some minions here as well as that farm gets even back up, although Martin is playing with fire up against his Jinx. Eats a binding as well. Martin chugging those potions. Double longsword to start things off.
Oh,
looks like
hello?
Scott's going to get tagged. They're going in for it. The exhaust is down. Ella going to go back in. Martin wants it really bad. He flashes forward. Ult out from Jinx, but Martin takes the kill. And going to find the reset. Last auto hits. Huge damage from Brom's Q.
And none of the top laners respond because teleport is not available for them. So aggressive, but meanwhile, Amy and ZZR.
Yep, gonna have a battle here. ZZR has to dodge the Q, can't do it. Waits it there, flashes out, punished here as well. Gonna tag him, and that's Amy with a kill.
Okay, he flashed over because he did not have the safeguard available. The ward was not for the safeguard. The ward was to give him vision to connect with the skill shot.
And now blue buff gonna get stolen here as well. Nice play here from UP. Despite the fumble in the bottom side, Punish collects that buff.
Really nice response just to trade 1-for-1. But Ella just stand behind me forward onto a minion to put himself in melee range just so he can start the concussive blows on Jinx.
Yeah, really smart stuff. Saw that a couple times there from Ella, and that one paid off well as Tristana is going for Blade of the Room King first as long. We'll get aggressed on here by Flandre, but Fizz, plenty of damage here. Lands the fish as well. Actually, Flandre forced to ult there. Happy to fight Long 1v1. Has to wait out the playful Trickster. This might be bad news for Long. Gonna get knocked back there. Maokai, can he get the kill? He does!
Okay, so this is how this matchup works. You can... Oh, hold on.
Amy coming in.
You need to land Q,
Nope,
baby.
doesn't have it. Flash.
Baby?
Flandre buying some time. Needs to buy more. Not enough sap magic. We'll get traded on. Amy gets that one.
He wanted to throw it, but there were creeps in front of him. This is how the Maokai Fizz matchup works. Long was cursed as soon as he used his Playful Trickster too early because you knew that Maokai still had the secondary proc on his Vengeful Maelstrom and would find the burst damage. As soon as that was down, it was over. So Flandre just pretty much mind gaming, knowing Fizz. And that's the thing, you're taking Fizz into Flandre.
Yep, always a danger there as Dragon does go to Snake. UP still fighting hard. Needs a binding, lands one onto Martin. Chopper's down as well. Ella enters in with the ulti. Wild growth there from Punish, but he gets stunned by concussive blows. Will fall now as Triss gonna get the reset. Ulti there is good. Scat will get somebody, takes the kill on Martin Yu. Now trying to line things up as ZZR gets chased, and Yu will get that one. Long though has ported down. No, he's walked down here as ulti will come out onto Fizz. Yu sneaks his way out the backside, and ZZR and Ella running away will escape as well.
Using his ultimate to buy him enough time for his cooldowns to come back up so he can exit out through the back wall instead of burning his flash. Again, Yu showing amazing prowess on this as well.
Flandre now fighting Amy in the top lane. Amy realizes, I don't really like this when you're on full health.
86 CS to 57. This is a matchup that Flandre himself, when he plays Fizz, will always take into as soon as he sees a Maokai because it effectively gives Fizz a free farm lane. And just, Flandre is the Fizz main. He was very well known in the LSPL for playing specifically Fizz top. You do not try to outmaneuver him on that champion.
And you can see Long is paying for it right now. That early Glacial Shroud, gonna upgrade the Trinket there as well. Flandre has all the tools he needs in the matchup. As ZZR also goes back, finishes the Cinderhulk.
Take armor?
And the blade, yeah. Hart actually ulting down the bottom side. Puts on the black shield. Martin's gonna get some damage done. Amy will kick Ella back though. There's the chompers out from Scat, but Ella does flash the right way. ZZR here, no, not in time. Now gonna try and follow in, but it's 2v3 and Scat does do decent damage. Punish here as well means they will back away. But Yu's come down. No ulti though.
But all of those resources expended and no objective to follow it up with. So yes, they did even up in terms of kills as well as the gold, but it doesn't translate into a dragon, and that's the advantage that Snake have. I like to call dragon invisible gold, because obviously every stat in this game will have a gold value associated with it. The first dragon scaling stats for your AD and AP, and that's just the strength difference.
Flandre's going in again. Long is starting to struggle here in the matchup.
Man, this is a matchup that Flandre loves.
He does. I mean, loves the other side normally. Amy's up again. Fish is down there. Long actually doing good damage with that Cinderhulk completed. Flandre happy to keep finding playful tricks to use, but Amy's here again. Flandre knows probably can't get out of this. Does proc the ulti, tries to get the damage down. Long will live! Barely as dangerous game procs as Amy collects the kill. Punish though in trouble there. Good wild growth onto you. You low on mana now as well means that I don't think he can finish his kill. Nice trade there from the mid laners. As Ella wants it but does not find.
You trying to make a play in the mid lane, knowing that Amy was preoccupied with the top side. Meanwhile, Martin takes the first tower.
Yep. Takes it down here. Blade of the Ruined King likely completed as well. Scat Show, Pickaxe, Avarice, Blade, Berserker Greaves. Going for a lot of low econ start series. The Blade is done there for Tristana.
We've seen this a lot from Tristana. It's no surprise now to see them rush the Blade with the Rune King. Offers her a lot more safety. She scales off of attack speed just with how they've moved her base stats around on her kit versus just getting that naturally.
Yeah, and we used to see this a lot from Trist. I like that we've sort of gone full circle because it feels like Trist still has the same sort of problem. Good early game, wonky mid game, and decent late game.
Wonky's the word you're going to use.
It's not bad, it's just funky.
It's pretty skeptical. Her siege, though, is
excellent.
Yeah, really strong, which is kind of what bridges her through that mid game is the fact that she can still ridiculously siege up towers.
You can see Martin up in the top lane for that exact reason. Does get it, actually. Tower's already dead. As Flandre's defending the Krugs. Long and ZZ are going to have a battle. The Ella's up there, and they know Trist is there as well. The UP probably have to play where they have numbers. That's the bottom half of the map right now. Snake are not done, though. They will keep pushing with this.
They have a 2-minute window to do so because Dragon's not up, and that's the big next objective they want. That said, you can't leave Jinx unattended.
We'll get one tower. Ewan punished again, going at it. Good ult there. Punish barely misses the knockoff as he gets carried out by the Azir ulti. Jinx will get the tower in the bottom side. Snake give up the expedition on top. Dragon up in a minute 30. Lots of movement this game. Still very close.
Sketch has to be very careful. Flandre, very powerful. Also, again, itemizing into Glacial Shroud as opposed to an MR, despite the fact that he's facing against Fizz, so he is predispositioned to face off against Sketch right now.
Martin in the mid lane now. Might be looking for that tower here, but...
He's like healing him.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, use more spells.
He can't break the Maokai passive.
Pretty tricky. US blue buff now with that Morellonomicon. That's an aggressive choice. Like it against the Lulu there in particular. Amy going to start the Scuttle Crab. Does stun it up there with Gift of Heavy Hands, and that'll go down. Control over the area as Dragon's coming up is in favor of unlimited potential.
They can't fight for it, though. I mean, they could have... No, I don't think they could fight for it.
Why don't you think they could fight?
Their itemization, specifically on Sketch, the 80 carry, he did just now go back and buy his VF sword, but the fact that you're setting up for a big team fight and you don't have your Infinity Edge, Sketch is here to push towers, especially on Jinx. I would just trade this Dragon for a tower if possible. That said, still very difficult to do against an Azir.
Martin also back in top lane, spending some money. So he'll run back down to Dragon. Might be a tad late, but should be alright. Although unlimited potential with 2 members backing, especially their jungler, might be giving up this Dragon.
And again, it makes sense. I don't think that they can fight this one anyway. They just don't have the power spikes on their items. As soon as Sketch has more underneath his belt, then they can look to fight for it. Second Dragon's not going to be end of the world bonus damage to towers.
They actually have time now. We do have a Sheen full on and a Giant Belt there for Amy. But Snake more interested in trying to take out towers, despite the fact they don't have Tristana. Good block there from Ella with the Unbreakable binding lens onto Flandre.
Here comes Amy, though, from behind.
Nice and tanky. Amy trying something, doesn't find it. Too many members of Snake there, but Dragon's still alive. UP had that Scuttle Crab vision.
Snake are losing a ton of pressure on the map right now. They've allowed Unlimited Potential to get back into position on top of the pit. Likewise, a massive bottom wave to accumulate and cause pressure. So he sees him.
Yeah. Would have been a good flank there from Amy. Ward sweep does check. No wards there. Snake will know that that little brush is unattended, but Amy is wrapping a long way around looking for a flank.
Snake are not playing this map very well. Okay, there goes Lon. Or excuse me, Flandre.
Bottom lane. Amy going to cut them off, though. Has to stay very patient. Oh, wow. They just checked it. Ella knows. He sees him. Concussive blows. Smite. Knock up. There's the concussive blows passive. Amy going to get locked up by Ella. I don't know what he was doing there, but Martin gets a kill.
Complete miscommunication. Amy, way too aggressive.
Punish now in trouble as well. Wild Growth popped. Ulti there from Azir will miss. Bromalt connects. Martin locks him down. Concussive blows. It's good. Martin going to get the next kill there as well. Tower will fall. They get it. Teleport cancelled. It's all going wrong for Unlimited Potential.
One after the other, a series of unfortunate events. Amy committed 30 seconds to that flank, was discovered, spotted out by wards. They knew exactly where he was. Turn around, pick up that kill, and then they transition it into the mid tower into the dragon and eat the teleport cooldown. That is bad news, Bears.
For UP, maybe. Great news there for Snake.
That is awesome news
who
for
are going to find themselves up almost 2,000 gold and with 2 dragons up as well. Long might be able to equalize things here. She's looking to take the top tower. Snake have done a nice job opening up the map by taking out those outer turrets. And big chunks of gold to spend now. 2k each on the mid laner and 80 carry. Flandre's defending this tower. Ding's level 11 there as well.
Well, all of Unlimited Potential's gold is on their jungler, Amy, on this Lee Sin. And we've already kind of talked about, you know, the roller coaster of Lee Sin's relevancy in a game.
Long having a battle. Long has not won very many of these 1v1. Fish, though, does land hard. Looks for a binding, doesn't quite get it. Ella's here just in time. Flandre getting low there, needs to dodge as well. Passive needs to proc. Not there, but Long will get stunned as ZZR comes into the lane as well. He gets exhausted as the Jinx ult flies just over their heads. Punisher as well means that Snake need to respond swiftly.
Flandre doesn't have any MR. He just now bought some. Not quite sure why he decided he want to 1v1 Fizz.
Worked out before, I guess.
Yeah, when Fizz didn't have any completed items.
Instead, Long with a Sheen. Now with a Phage. Isn't that a bit trickier? You don't need to see Large Rod. You can build just about anything. See what he goes for second. Zhonya's has been popular. Could be the item here.
I would imagine Zhonya's to empower the Azir Sec with Stasis.
And Scatch in the meantime has been in the bottom lane. Farming up towards that IE, but Martin nice and cost efficient. Static Shiv follows after that Blade of the Ruined King. A bit of shove down the waves in top lane.
And more importantly, empowering Tristana's mid-game power trough by compensating for her massive tower sieging ability. Having that wave clear available.
Just again, matter of Snake getting into the right positions and taking some towers. Because like you said earlier, they don't seem to be playing the map that well. Kind of unclean for Snake. Again, that mid-game kind of floundering a bit here without a big lead.
Yeah, they really fumbled their mid-game posturing position. Unlimited Potential got a lot of ground and kind of, again, shored up some of that discrepancy in terms of gold from the initial team fight. So.
And with that, only 1,000 gold between the two teams. Snake do have the edge on dragons. That's probably what they're looking for right now. So makes sense. Well, game's a little bogged down now between dragon spawns, but Baron's up as well. By the time Dragon 4 is a consideration. Maybe even Dragon 3. Baron will also be a concern for both sides. Snake pretty happy to just scale up here. Flandre in particular wants to get tankier, and Martin and you are not upset to get more farm either. But UP, topside is where they want to go. Gonna pressure Ella and Martin off that push.
Hart has not had the same impact on Morgana that his Braum normally displays, particularly in his skill shot ratio. I feel like he's not connecting with these really key dark bindings.
Well, it might just be a kind of a practice thing there. Morgana hasn't seen that much play recently. Still a fine champion, especially in the type of composition that UP are running.
I think it's a good pickup against Braum in particular.
Yep, I'd agree. UBC Scat.
And
Shooting
again,
rockets into the tower. Martin, though, going to try and fend them off. Explosive charge enough there. Oh, wow, going in. Flandre's caught it up. We had a lockdown Heart. They want 2 different targets. Scatch going to get the tower for himself as Ella's trying to chase him. Jinx gets excited. Heart still getting aggressed on by Yu, who takes him out. But Scatch, who's caught off in a very interesting position, will get tagged by Prey Seeker and concussive blows. Wait out the chompers. No, Ella walks past them. But I don't know where Scatch can go.
he's just got to buy enough time right now for Fizz.
Flashes. Martin going to get him.
A bit of miscommunication, however, though Flandre now in the mid lane with Punish.
I think Flandre's okay with this. Fizz is in the bottom lane here, and Punish going to get tagged by Braum. Ulti from Azir does not connect, but they'll take the kill regardless. And all of a sudden, another mid-game team fight, and UP look very scattered.
That said, Snake were proactive about collapsing there, but again, miscommunication about which target they were focusing to allow Scatch to lead them on a little bit of an Alice in Wonderland ride. They transition this gold advantage and numbers advantage into a Baron, but Heart's on the backside.
Don't do it, Hart. It's very dangerous to be
Oh,
here.
here comes Amy.
Here as well. Gets the kick, fish lands. You gonna get assassinated? No! They block him off, but a great three-man kick lands as well. Long trying to chase him down, but they'll collapse onto Amy and take him out. Long will get stunned there by concussive blows. Good night as Maokai gets the double. Now Martin gonna chase his way in. Red buff down, exhaust through there as well. Martin low on mana, pops the scrying orb, and Scatch, he is ready to fire back.
Amy was looking for the assassination on Azir. He flashed forward to put himself in Dragon Rage of the next closest member, hoping that the splash damage as he kicked them down the line would be enough. Good sidestep, but with Amy's life, he does stall the Baron.
But a couple more kills there for Snake, gives them a lead, but still not a massive one. Scatch scaling, getting farm now in the top lane. Dragon back in 25 seconds. We really just have to look at that as far as leads go, but let's watch this again.
And again, Amy's going to flash forward here because he's trying to find that kick onto you. You're doing a good job pulling away from the fight, and then it's just an overcommit for an unlimited potential. They do give 2 lives, and it does stall the Baron, so best case scenario?
I suppose. Little Snake will pop back into the game. Dragon is alive. Snake are not quite in position just yet. But Azir just got back, has that death cap now. Flandre going to chase down Amy, locks him up with a Twisted Event. Sapling lands as well. Righteous Glory used, though. Flandre just fighting tooth and nail. He eats a binding now, but he is nice and tanky. Very threatening here as unlimited potential once again going to give up the Dragon.
There's nothing that they can do to fight this. Again, all of their gold is on this Lee Sin, who is just not very impactful at the game at this point.
Oh, right in there. Yu tries to get it. Long, nice playful Trickster, and a Black Shield there protects him. Scatch around the side, but they're going to chase him down. Martin launches on top of him to the left. Will try and take him out. Does get it as Long falls down as well. Hard will be the next. Martin's going nuts. Hops a little too far as Punished will die. He's gone absolutely crazy. 4-0 Snake.
I have no idea what Scatch was thinking taking that approach into the team fight. We talked about this before. This is the primary problem with Unlimited Potential. Collectively across the board, they're just too inconsistent on their individual positioning too often.
I feel like Martin really just wanted to use his buttons there. I don't know why he hopped the way he did, but I did enjoy it. Baron now going to get taken out. Yu's going to get a tower in the bottom half as well. You can see Morgana's body next to Lulu's candy cane. It's been a mess, a bloody mess for UP in these last few fights, and Snake get 4 clean kills and a Baron. Find themselves well and truly ahead at 7,000 gold up plus game.
Complete objective control. We're going to have another look at this team fight. What's really nice here is the Playful Trickster and the Black Shield to dodge the Emperor's Divide. But look at Scatch. What are you thinking, buddy? You and Martin just turn and say goodbye, and this is where Pastry likes to say someone pressed their buttons. Whee! Gets reset after reset. He jumped over there because he knew Punish had his flash, and Punish could have flashed over the other side of the wall, so putting himself not only back into safety because he was getting relatively low health, but making sure that he would have closed off an exit for that Lulu.
Smart stuff there. Also looked very stylish, so full points to Martin there for that play. Plus Wisp has been done. Pickaxe there as well for that Infinity Edge. Also completed up for Martin. And a second need to see large order. ZZR hunting Fizz. Unusual prey for Rek'Sai, but he's feeling really far ahead right now. Yep. That's Snake. Nice and far ahead.
Nice and far ahead.
So how did this happen for us, Garena? That's my question to you.
How did
we get to this point in the game? Because it was very close for quite a while.
It all just opened up into team fighting. UP, when they made little skirmishes, they didn't translate that into any sort of objective. It wasn't into a dragon, into a tower. Yeah, it was like a collapse or a pick, but the timing windows were inefficient to creating leads. So for a long time, the kill score was very quickly, but these global leads that Snake amassed as Flandre getting locked down here.
Trying not to die. Popped his ulti fish down as well, though. Did juke that first Q. His team's taking the base, by the way, so Flandre happy to just buy time. Ult there from Brom. Doesn't quite tag Punish, but Hardy's a huge crit. Flandre is still alive, by the way.
He's
teleporting out. Can he get out safely? No! Dodges the Q there, knows he's going to die. Will buy more time. Finally dies, but his team is in absolute ribbons in the top half of the map. Snake going to push down. Ult's good from Scatchy. Almost dies to the combo. They will have to back away, but the top portion of the base is in ruins.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Unlimited Potential, they get a kill and technically trade even or ahead on the skirmish because they killed 3 for 1, but they lost their base, and that's the difference. 6 towers to 2. the surplus gold of taking down the freestanding gold, of having the dragon buffs augment their stats, empowers their 5v5, and then they just run away.
There's Martin going in onto Amy. One more auto, maybe one. No, that's enough. Goodbye. Explosive charge able to take him out. Tristana nice and strong. That mid-game trough is gone.
Yeah, she's also very far ahead of the clock.
Yes, 7-1 and 8. 240 CS. And almost 4 items. One of them will be the eventual Infinity Edge. Not bad.
Ping's going down for this mid-tier
oh,
tower.
Wow, hard. It's alley-oop there by you. Flandre going to dive in as well. Happily take the kill under tower. Long going to try and chase down for a trade. Good fish there, but the rest of Snake collapse. You getting low there, but he flushes out to safety. Sun turret there for a bit of extra help. Azir will die eventually, but Martin's going to go nuts in the backside. Punish dies there as well to Braum as he gets the chair. And it might be too little too late for UP.
Siatch on complete opposite side of the map, not able to do anything as they march towards another inhibitor.
Tristana going to mow down turrets here with the rest of the team. They'll face tank now. More than happy to do so given the circumstances. And Snake able to take this down. Flandre flashes for Sketch. They'll get it. Martin takes the kill, and this might just be game.
A lot of respect coming out of Snake. Not going to try to end it here and now because Yu is not up and available. Dragon number 4 will be spawning in 1 minute. And the last standing inhibitor on that bottom side of the map.
It's easy. ZR puts a ward down. Goes back. Snake only have the bottom to assault now. Got a Dragon up in a minute as well as Infinity Edge and an Elixir get picked up there by Martin. ZZR trying to take this blue buff. Thinks better of it. Probably the right decision. Puts down a tunnel. Wants to be able to port to there later. Because like we said, Dragon up nice and soon is punished. Will get the blue buff.
UP not surrendering. Back to back, they understand that they have to win here. If they don't, it's pretty much in Fate's hands.
They'll be in the M3 bracket, basically, from spring.
The M3 bracket. If they lose this game here, M3 cannot win another game.
Well, they're playing today, I believe, so they'll find out relatively soon.
They're playing right after this.
Yeah, team fight. Now as Long gets caught, but he's playful tricksters out. Flash there from Amy. Forced away as Snake. Brute force here in the bottom side. Amy will try to make a play. Going to get caught out and killed. You're going to come back in. Ult Scatch back through. That's a nice pick if they can get it. Long trying to fight out, but they can't quite do it. Jinx is dead to Martin. Rek'Sai gets the next kill onto Fizz. Heart will go down to make it 3 for Martin. And this Tristana's gone off in a big way. Martin really redeeming himself for yesterday's performance.
And Snake, they do pick up the total 3 points as they close out this game, which means that there is a much larger gap created for that 3rd place seed.
Yep, take clear 3rd, break away some space. Still pretty tight, but the amount of games left to play are dwindling for Oscar. And Snake will get a crucial 3 points in style, winning convincingly 2-0 over Unlimited Potential.
Martin redeeming himself, showing that, hey, I can play Tristana. 11-1-12 is going to be his ending score. Looked fantastic, much more cohesive, but really also on the back of Yu's Azir.
Yep, and we talked about Yu. Great Orianna game, kind of a not off-meta champion, but just not as often seen recently with all the control mages like Azir and Victor running around. Gets Azir in game number 2 and doesn't miss a beat. Still really strong player.
Still a fantastic player, and especially Flandre also on his Maokai in the reverse matchup that he loves so often against Fizz.
Looking good, looking great. It's Flandre, 1v1 both times. Shows Long up there as Scatch looks deflated there. Yu looks very serious, as always.
I feel like Yu always makes the best facial expressions.
Kind of like Clearlove, never happy. Sometimes he's smirking away. Punished as well. Having a laugh now. Team picking their spirits back up because they know all the work that they could have tried to do here to make playoffs undone by Snake's very crisp play. ZZR looking around. What do I do now? I have to shake hands? I want to check my KDA.
So how this works now is that Hope is still alive, but it is completely out of Unlimited Potential's hands. They are now the biggest fans of Invictus Gaming.
Yep.
And then the biggest fans of Snake, and then the biggest fans of EDG.
And look, those are all very good teams.
Yes, so Masters 3 do have an uphill battle to climb.
But it's only one game that they need to clinch. 1 out of 6, pretty good odds there for M3. but that run will start soon for them. Snake with a second win there. Gonna shake hands. All smiles there for the Snake side. Don't blame them. Like I said, a team that usually bounces back after getting 2-0. And indeed they do. 2-0ing right back in the expected result for the matchup, but still good play from Snake.
Still looked a little bit sloppy in terms of their mid-game macro play, so watch out for that as a possible weakness when they do face some of the